Jesus of Nazareth built an organization that survived the complete collapse of the Roman Empire. 2,000 years later, the core group he selected to carry out his mission, the 12 apostles, remains one of the most resilient networks in human history. When we examine that group, we usually focus on the loud, highly visible leaders. We look at Peter, or James and John, whom Jesus nicknamed the Sons of Thunder. We study the dramatic failures, like Judas Iscariot. But there is another man on that roster who defies every modern expectation of leadership: James, the son of Alphaeus. The historical record surrounding James is completely silent. He appears exactly 4 times in the New Testament, in 4 different lists. The text records 0 sermons from him, 0 miracles, 0 dramatic failures, and 0 dramatic recoveries. Scholars often refer to him as James the Less. The title comes from the Greek word mikros, which translates to small or minor. He is, by all accounts, a man defined by his obscurity compared to the rest of the group. First-century Palestine was a highly volatile, lethal political environment. Every single choice Jesus made carried existential weight. So we have to ask why he would give one of his 12 critical roster spots to a man who did absolutely nothing to stand out. The selection of James was a deliberate piece of structural engineering. Jesus was building a specific type of architectural foundation. This diagram shows the 4 apostolic lists found in the New Testament. If you look closely at the structure, they are not randomly ordered. They are consistently divided into 3 groups of 4. Peter always leads the first group, Philip always leads the second. And in that third group, the back half of the bench, furthest from the spotlight, James, the son of Alphaeus, is almost always listed first. He is positioned as the anchor of the final tier, the captain of the understudies. To understand why that specific placement matters, we have to look past religious tradition. The mechanics of his role only make sense when we apply modern organizational science. In 2010, researchers at MIT and the University of California set out to find what allows large, complex organizations to survive. They measured leadership quality, resource allocation, and communication patterns across corporations and military units. The variable that mattered most wasn't charisma or high performance. The researchers discovered that the organizations that thrived possessed a critical mass of people who simply showed up consistently without needing to be coaxed or celebrated. This network model shows a complex organization. Remove the most visible star, and the system flexes but holds together. But as Stanford's Mark Granovetter found, if the quiet, faithful core on the edges stops showing up, the entire network collapses. High-performing teams understand this dynamic. The British SAS uses the term quiet professionals to describe soldiers who don't perform for the cameras, but act as structural glue for the unit. James was a quiet professional. We see this play out during the movement's most severe stress test. In the days following the public, violent state execution of Jesus, the organization faced total destruction. The visible front line collapsed completely. Judas had hanged himself. Peter crumbled under pressure and denied his association. The high-profile stars were entirely shattered. At this specific moment, there was absolutely nothing to gain by sticking around. Remaining associated with a crucified enemy of Rome practically guaranteed your own arrest or death. Yet, the Book of Acts provides a roll call of the disciples who gathered in a fragile, traumatized upper room following the crucifixion. Listed right there in the second-to-last position is James, the son of Alphaeus. He stayed. When the thunderous leaders failed, James was in that room. His simple presence provided the exact, consistent presence required to hold a volatile network together when it was closest to shattering. As we fast forward through the centuries, the clear historical record of his life vanishes. What replaces it is a chaotic, conflicting web of legends about his later years and eventual death. Different traditions map his ministry in wildly divergent directions. Some claim he traveled as far as the Caucasus region in present-day Armenia. The Coptic Church holds that he was martyred on Egypt's northern coast, beaten to death with a fuller's club, a heavy wooden implement craftsmen used to pound raw cloth. The Roman Catholic and Eastern Orthodox churches maintain entirely separate, competing claims over his feast days and final resting places. Massive, empire-spanning institutions desperately wanted to tell his story. Truly irrelevant figures do not inspire competing claims from multiple empires. The fact that the Roman, Orthodox, and Coptic traditions all fought to claim his legacy points to a presence that far exceeded the sparse details of his biography. Writer David Brooks describes a concept called the second mountain. It is a life built entirely around deep, unheralded commitment to a larger cause, actively rejecting the loud, ego-driven climb for personal recognition. James, the son of Alphaeus, is the ultimate historical archetype of this second mountain. He walked away from whatever livelihood he had, joined an extremely dangerous movement, and actively bypassed the need for main character energy. He left behind no letters, he wrote no gospels, he has no memorable quotes or heroic acts attributed to him. But the survival of world-building movements relies on the hidden faithfulness of the quiet professional. James's legacy requires no profound speeches because his contribution was something far more durable. When the world fell apart, he was there.
Be sure to visit captivationcompany.com for more Apostle learning experiences. Listen to all of the Apostle songs at apostlesalbum.online.
And be sure to get our latest book about the apostles at apostlesbook.online.